The goal? To have the best Disney World vacation ever. And the budget? $3,000. Can I come up with an itinerary that meets your means and also provides you with an awesome, unique trip that'll create lifelong memories? We're gonna find out. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. I'm here with another itinerary building video. So step aside for a second, Disney Genie. During this video, I'm going to craft 4 unique itineraries for 4 different travel scenarios. The first will be for families with older kiddos. The second will be for families with multiple younger kiddos. The third will be an adults-only trip. And the fourth will be a one-day splurge getaway. Keep in mind that the prices listed in this video are merely a price range or a price average. You know what Disney does with prices these days. So you'll need to do a little extra research on your own time to get the exact numbers for your budget. Also, the prices I've gathered for this video in regard to resort stays and park tickets were pulled from the February 2022 Disney World planning calendar. These prices could also fluctuate. It's always good to look at them ahead of time and make sure they still fit into your allotted travel funds. Ready for some trip planning fun? Let's get started. First trip number 1, 2 adults, 1 kid that's older than 10. This is a weekend getaway. If your teen is looking for a little more room and privacy on this vacation, but you don't want to break the bank on one of the pricey suites, you can also choose to stay in one of the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. These cabins can sleep up to 6 adults, so you'll definitely have plenty of wiggle room for the 3 of you. You'll also get your own bedroom, as well as a full-sized kitchen, living room, outdoor patio, and full bathroom. Now your teen can sleep out on the pull-out bed. For a 3-night stay, you're looking at spending around $1,900. There are several activities you'll probably want to use while you're staying at Fort Wilderness. So many, in fact, that you'll be able to fill a whole day with the things you can just do around the hotel. So let's settle on just getting a 1-day park hopper ticket for the 3 of you. That'll run around $522. Before you settle into your home away from home, though, you may want to use Fort Wilderness's grocery service. Whether it be months, weeks, or days before your vacation begins, you can email Fort Wilderness at www.fortwildernessgroceryorder@disney.com with your grocery selections. Fort Wilderness has a list of pre-selected groceries for you to choose from that you can find on Disney's website. And after 5 o'clock p.m. on the day of your check-in, your cabin's kitchen will be fully stocked with the groceries you've chosen. This is going to be $40 based on the fake grocery list we made for you. All right, day 1, rise and shine. You've only got 1 day to experience the parks, so you need to get up bright and early and make the most of it. If you're staying at a Fort Wilderness cabin, you'll be further off the beaten trail when it comes to the parks that aren't Magic Kingdom, so it may take more time for the shuttle to make its rounds over to your neck of the woods. How early do you need to wake up? Well, if you're wanting to snag a boarding pass for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, since that'll be your first park of the day, you'll need to wake up around 6:50 a.m. to prepare for boarding pass drop at 7 a.m. Make sure you're on your My Disney Experience app and jump into the virtual queue ASAP. Because this is the perfect $3,000 vacation scenario, I'm going to go ahead and say we totally snagged those boarding passes with no complications whatsoever. No tech problems, no oversleeping, just total bliss. Let's go ahead and also book an individual attraction selection for Disney's Hollywood Studios while you're at it. Something tells me your older kiddo is not going to want to miss out on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge's top-tier attraction, Rise of the Resistance. So instead of spending too much time waiting for this popular ride in its super lengthy standby queue, let's go ahead and pay for the IAS passes so you can use the Lightning Lane services. It's important to book a Rise of the Resistance individual attraction selection as early as you can because these bookings sell out fast. The great thing about this pass is that you can choose your arrival time, so you can schedule this pass for later in your day. And hey, want to learn more about how individual attraction selections work? We've got a YouTube video covering the time we use Disney's new pay-per-ride system in the parks for the first time ever. Lots of information over there. We're going to schedule this one after 2 p.m. since your park hopper capabilities won't be available till then. That's right, folks, no park hopping before 2 p.m., so don't forget that little detail during your Disney day. Cost on this one is $45 for everybody. Now, once you've arrived at Epcot and before you get into the thick of it, don't forget to grab some breakfast. You can pick up something quick from one of the 5 Joffrey's locations around the park, but there is one right next to Epcot's entrance if you're ready to get that quick bite and coffee ASAP. The cost here, $35 for the group of ya. Time to start your adventure around the World Showcase and explore all the lovely nooks and crannies of the pavilions. You may even hit up a ride or show along the way, like Grand Fiesta Tour in Mexico and Reflections of China in, China. And I'd say Frozen Ever After in Norway too, but let's be real here. If that line is over an hour long, it's going to cut into your sweet, sweet World Showcase time. Probably won't be worth it. Don't forget to check out any of these specialty festivals happening while you're exploring too. There are 4 different festivals you could potentially see in Epcot. Festival of the Arts, Flower and Garden Festival, Food and Wine Wine Festival and Festival of the Holidays. If we're sticking with the whole I found these prices around February 2022 theme here, then you'll probably be visiting Epcot during their Festival of the Arts, meaning you can add your artistic touch to the ginormous paint-by-number mural, admire the chalk art along the sidewalks, and take photo ops in the life-size pop-up displays that resemble famous artwork. By the time you're at the France Pavilion, because you started in the Mexico Pavilion obviously, it'll be time for you to hit up the newer additions to Epcot. First, you'll sit down for a bit and grab a few savory galettes and some waters over at La Crêperie de Paris. Cost is $50 for that. And after lunch, it'll be about time for your boarding group to be called for the new Remy ride. Don't forget to find the hidden Remys scattered all around the ride's entrance. You can learn about a few by watching my video covering Disney World's newest hidden secrets. Once you've finished narrowly escaping the clutches of Chef Skinner alongside Remy, you can finish exploring the remainder of the showcase. But after 2 p.m., your park hopper capabilities will officially kick in, and you'll be able to take the Skyliner over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. From one major attraction to another, looks like it's time to use your individual attraction selection pass and jump into Rise of the Resistance's Lightning Lane. Good thing you made that booking. Rise of the Resistance usually sees its peak times in the afternoon. Don't worry, just because you're using Lightning Lane doesn't mean you'll have to skip that epic queue, though. You'll still be able to see all the pre-show excitement, like the lifelike animatronics and the oh-so-famous Stormtrooper room. You've seen me include in my videos 1,000 times. It is just too cool. All right, joining the Rebel Alliance sure does build up an appetite. Before you head up any of the other rides around the park, head over to Fairfax Fair for a quick bite to eat. You can order their gourmet hot dogs like the California BLTA dog or the truffle bacon macaroni and cheese hot dog, and pick up a few of the 50th anniversary specialty treats like the delicious and affordable Glimmer and Shimmer Blondie. Cost for that is going to be $50. Now it's about time to wrap up your super packed yet fun-filled day. Now that it's later in the day, the wait times for some of the more popular rides should be going down, so you can hit up attractions like Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run before you head back over to Grauman's Chinese Theater for Hollywood Studios' nighttime show, Wonderful World of Animation. The buses might get a little packed after, so don't be afraid to backtrack for a bit and catch one last look at the Hollywood Tower Hotel in its luminescent beacon of light form. Now, feeling like you missed out on Magic Kingdom and Disney's Animal Kingdom? If you want, you can always modify this schedule and hit up one of these two parks first since they open at 8 a.m. or 30 minutes earlier if you're staying on Disney property and want to use those early theme park hours. Day 2 for you. Yesterday was exhausting. Do yourself a favor and sleep in for a bit, but not too long because you still got a full day at the resort ahead of you. Grab a breakfast item like a Pop-Tart or oatmeal packet from one of your kitchen cabinets. Remember, you prepaid for groceries ahead of time so you can snack on items here and there throughout the day. Then make your way to the bike barn and rent a few kayaks for an hour-long journey around the hotel's waterways. Cost is $39. The Bike Barn has several other activities you can rent out for the afternoon, but the one you may want to take up next is archery, because you're going to learn a new skill. Why not do so in Disney World? In this 75-minute lesson, you're going to learn how to hold and fire a bow and arrow. Who knows, you may even hit a target bullseye when it's all said and done. Cost here, $135. I hope you are in the next Summer Olympics. Time for lunch. P&J's Southern Takeout is one of the more affordable quick service options on Disney property. You can pick up a family meal with barbecued ribs, fried chicken, or half slab barbecued ribs and fried chicken. That serves 2 to 4 people. Cost is $25. After refueling, you'll be ready to check out the Meadows Swimming Pool, which includes a 67-foot-long corkscrew water slide, a separate whirlpool spa, a fort-themed water playground. Pretty cool. Now, thirst is sure to follow after basking and swimming the afternoon away, so you can visit Crockett's Tavern for some specialty cocktails for the adults and a mocktail for your kiddo. If available, the specialty 50th anniversary drink, the Sip-A-Bration, is a fun themed drink for kids. It's basically lemonade, but it's lemonade that comes with a dissolvable flavored character head that changes the color of the drink. So, it's special lemonade. And also, it's not just for kids. You grown-ups can have it too. Cost on this little option to unwind, about $40. After having a nice supper back at the cabin, thanks grocery service, you'll wrap up your trip by watching Magic Kingdom's fireworks show, Disney Enchantment, from the comfort of the Fort Wilderness Beach. You won't see all the projections from that distance, but you'll be able to see the fireworks light up the night sky. Total on this whole trip, $2,872. All right, next trip. is 2 adults, 2 kids under 9. I want these kiddos to get the most out of their Disney World experience, so let's plan for a 5-night stay at one of Disney World's Good Neighbor hotels. If you're not familiar with Good Neighbor hotels, these are hotels that have partnered with Disney but aren't directly owned by Disney. Good Neighbor hotels still provide their guests with many of the same benefits as a regular Disney World resort, like early magic hours and complimentary transportation services at less of a cost. Oh, and a lot of them also have continental breakfast, which is definitely a point in their favor. There are a lot of Good Neighbor hotels for you to choose from, but for this itinerary, let's go ahead and choose a standard room with 2 queen beds at the Hampton Inn and Suites Orlando, South Lake Buena Vista. Cost for this is $630. For a 5-night stay, that's not bad at all in the Disney World area. We're also going to purchase standard theme park tickets, meaning we're not going to include park hoppers this time, for 2 full days of Disney park fun. Cost here, $872. On top of that, let's also add a day at Disney's Blizzard Beach Water Park just to shake things up a bit. Cost on that, $260. And we're going to launch right into day 1. Yes, what better way to introduce the kiddos to Disney other than taking them to the very home of Cinderella Castle Magic Kingdom. Before you head over to the park, purchase Disney Genie Plus for your travel party. That way you can access the lightning lanes and hit up as many rides as possible with minimal wait times, aside from Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Space Mountain, because those are individual attraction selections. Cost for Disney Genie for your whole fam, $60. Now, because you want to head to Magic Kingdom as soon as it opens to get the most out of your Disney Genie Plus purchase, you won't have had time for your hotel's continental breakfast. Friar's Nook over in New Fantasyland can help you out with their more affordable breakfast quick service. You can also pick up some coffee for the adults and OJ for the kiddos. Cost here, $60. Time to hit up some rides. The team and I have found that booking a Lightning Lane reservation for Jungle Cruise and Peter Pan's Flight are good ones to start with, since these attractions are extremely popular and book up very quickly. You're not going to have any fancy signature restaurant meals today, so that you have more time for more rides and maybe some character interactions later on, so you can grab a quick bite to eat at Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn for some tasty Tex-Mex. This is going to be $60. And while you're in Frontierland, you've got a whole bunch of different attractions to hit up, like Country Bear Jamboree, Splash Mountain, and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The kids may even rope you into playing a couple of rounds over at the newly renovated Frontierland Shootin' Arcade. The cost on that is $2, or if they need to run off some steam, head on over to Tom Sawyer Island. It's totally free to go over there, and there's tons of cool, fun things for kids of all ages to do. Mom and Dad, you can just sit back and relax. Unless your kids are like under 6, in which case you can't ever sit back and relax, so don't even try. The end. Now, whether you turn out to be a pretty good sharpshooter or your kids ran you ragged on Tom Sawyer Island, it's time to reward yourself with a Dole Whip at Aloha Isle. Cost on that's gonna be $30 for the fam. Now, if the kiddos happen to see some cute Mickey or Minnie ears they've just gotta have for the remainder of the trip, make sure to set aside some extra cash for vacation accessories and souvenirs. Ears can be found at the majority of merchandise locations, but some locations may have specific themed ears to match the area. Cost will be $60. After a ride on Haunted Mansion, if the kids are feeling brave enough, Columbia Harbor House won't be too far away and is a great option for those looking for a quick but tasty meal in Liberty Square. Let's get some free water cups with your meals here. It's good to keep hydrated. Cost $40. The kids will probably be exhausted by now, and admit it, so will you be. So try not to overexert yourself and take plenty of breaks throughout the day. There are some sit-down shows you can watch around the park that will allow everyone to get off their feet for a bit and relax in the AC. A few of our favorites include Carousel of Progress and Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor in Tomorrowland, the Hall of Presidents in Liberty Square, and don't forget, the People Mover is a pretty chill ride too. And lastly, stake out your spot for Disney Enchantment on Main Street, USA, about 30 odd minutes before the show starts. Then wrap up the night by watching the 50th Anniversary Spectacular in all its fireworks and projection glory. All right, day 2. We're launching into your complimentary hotel breakfast because included meals need to be taken advantage of. Plus, at the Hampton Inn, they always have those waffle makers with that really good waffle mix. Now, for your second Disney day, let's try out Blizzard Beach. Disney's Blizzard Beach has a fun backstory. Apparently, an out-of-the-blue snowstorm happened in Orlando, Florida, and not the Snope kind. And because this is Orlando, we're talking about some eager opportunists decided to build a ski resort. Alas, even in a fictitious story, this is Florida we're talking about, so the snow melted. But because the snowstorm was so big and all that snow melted a little too quickly, well, the ski resort quickly turned into a water park. You'll be able to hit up a lot of different water activities here, including water rides, splash zones, and a winding lazy river. ever. The kiddos are more than likely going to adore Steamboat Springs, which is the world's longest family raft ride. And you're not going to find any gourmet meals here, but there are still quite a few lunch options available at the different snack service kiosks, and the food at Blizzard Beach has gotten a lot better over the years. If you choose to munch at Avalanche, you can order some loaded nachos or hot dogs and grab a few water cups while you're at it. Cost is $40. And if you're still in a munchy mood, the Joffrey's kiosk at Blizzard Beach has those mini donuts with raspberry chocolate and white chocolate dipping sauces for you to choose from for an extra $1.69 each. How about you order, say, a dozen mini donuts to split with the group? Cost is going to be $12. Since Blizzard Beach's hours are from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., you'll need to find something else to do in the evening, so take a shuttle over to Disney Springs and do a little window shopping. It may be fun to even let the kids get a little souvenir while you're at it, like a pin of their favorite character over in Disney Pin Traders. Cost is $30. And if everyone's feeling a bit sluggish after a full water park day, the water park and the sunshine just makes you so tired, then order a few sandwiches at Earl of Sandwich before taking a bus back to your Good Neighbor hotel. Gotta get back early enough to take baths and wash the water parkness away, right? Cost is $50. Day 3 on this, after 2 full days, it'll be nice to sleep in a bit and give the little ones some downtime. But even a more chill break day doesn't mean a boring day. Again, let's kick off break day with that complimentary hot breakfast, then return to Disney Springs to browse any stores you didn't get the chance to explore yesterday. Now, for a lunch that'll satisfy even the pickiest eaters, try Chicken Guy, located at Town Center in Disney Springs. Along with those crispy, crunchy chicken tenders, you can also order salads, sandwiches, and shakes. You can also choose 2 signature sauces alongside most meals. There are 22 options to choose from, ranging from tamer options like the honey mustard or teriyaki to more adventurous choices like the habanero hot sauce and cumin lime mojo. My favorite is just the plain old buffalo. They do a really, really good job with it, and I'm a buffalo girl, so I think I'm an expert. Also, heads up, you definitely want to get the mac and cheese. Cost on this one about $40. And if the kiddos are getting a little antsy with the shopping, don't forget there are plenty of activities you can do in this shopping district too, like the Aerophile balloon ride. In fact, in this perfect vacation scenario I'm creating, it appears as if the weather is perfect for a midday 20-minute ride. You can purchase tickets at the Aerophile location, which is on the west side of Disney Springs behind the Starbucks. All rides are first come, first serve. Cost on this is $90. Since you have early reservations for dinner, take a bus over to, drumroll please, Disney's Contemporary Resort. That's right, you've got character dining reservations at Chef Mickey's tonight, and the kids are thrilled to meet the Fab Five in their cutesy widow chef attire. This all-you care to enjoy family-style service will have cast members bring around platters and platefuls of food right to your table that you can share with the whole group. Some of the options you might see during dinner are citrus poached baby shrimp, potato gnocchi, roasted salmon, and prime rib. Oh, and family-style desserts like the Mickey Mouse Dome and apple crumble tart. Can't forget about those. After the food has been devoured and the characters have all been met, you can head back to your Good Neighbor hotel, and maybe if you'll have enough time and energy, take a quick dip in the pool. All right, day 4. Now we've arrived at the last day of the trip. Sigh. Let's make the most of it at Disney's Animal Kingdom. You're probably going to make fun of me, but I am once again having you use the complimentary hotel breakfast because, guys, you don't get that in the Disney resort, so use it if you got it. Now, you know how much your kiddos are going to love riding on the back of a Banshee in the Flight of Passage ride, but you also know that this line can stretch out past yonder. Ergo, you'll have purchased an individual attraction selection for Flight of Passage ahead of time to skip over the main line and prevent your kids from getting too antsy in a super long queue. Cost for the whole family to do that, $56. Once everyone has been linked with a Banshee and screams Sivako at the top of their lungs on this screen-based ride, it's time to ride some of the other attractions like Navi River Journey, Kilimanjaro Safari, and It's Tough to Be a Bug. Okay, maybe not It's Tough to Be a Bug unless your kiddos are super into creepy crawlies. If your travel party has a hankering for some mac and cheese, you can have a lunch or quick snack at 8 Spoon Cafe, which features different baked mac and cheeses that range from standard to pulled pork loaded. Cost is $45. As you make your way over to the Asia area of the park, take a load off in the Discovery River Amphitheater and watch the brand new show Kite Tales, which premiered on October 1st. The show is 10 minutes long and has 2 different variations, The Lion King and Jungle Book. So if the kids like it a lot, you may want to come back later in the day to try to catch both shows. Shows happen every hour from 11:15 to 5:15 p.m. and they are 100% free with the cost of your ticket to Animal Kingdom. Now, if you've become Kite Tail's #1 fan, don't lie to me, I know you love it, then grab around to Kite Tail's sundaes at the Anandaport ice cream truck. These sundaes are a swirl of strawberry and lemon flavored goodness. Cost here is $25. Now let's take a ride on the Wildlife Express train next. This will transport you over to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where you can explore different locations that rhyme, such as the Affection Section, aka the Petting Zoo, and the Conservation Station, aka Animal Kingdom's veterinary clinic for the animals on site. You can also take part in the Animation Experience, which doesn't rhyme, but I guess that's fine. The Animation Experience is a 25-minute class where a Disney artist will teach you the step-by-step process of drawing one of your favorite animal Disney characters. Each show features a different animal to sketch, so just like Kite Tales, if you really enjoy the sketching process, get in line again. The show will be different next time around. Time to grab one final Disney World dinner. Let's eat at the quick service Flame Tree Barbecue. They offer a nice variety of pork and brisket meals for an affordable price. Cost is $60. You can hit up a few re-rides or take a minute to relax and soak in the atmosphere of the park as you wait for the sun to set. Then you can watch the Tree of Life come to life as the beacon of light. Total for this one is $2,712 for your 4-day, 5-night trip. All right, moving on to trip number 3. This is for 2 adults. Now that the kiddos have had some epic Disney World adventures, it's time for you guys to plan your dream getaway. For this itinerary, we're going to plan it for 2 adults. They could be lovebirds, they could be best friends, they could be a parent and their adult kid having some much needed quality bonding time. Whatever the case may be, this one should give you the most out of your $3,000 budget. So let's send y'all on a 4-night stay at Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort. Go ahead and add a 2-day park ticket with Park Hopper to that for a bundle price. It's going to be $2,196. Now on day 1, we're hitting the ground running and taking a bus over to Epcot. Can't get off on the wrong foot here. You're going to need some breakfast to help wake you up, so let's head over to Les Halles Patisserie in the France Pavilion for some breakfast Sammys on buttery croissants. Now let's get on some rides. Perhaps you want to take it to the extreme over on Test Track or spin your way to Mars on Mission Space. Maybe you want to take it easy and experience a nice relaxing boat ride on Living with the Land or fly around the globe on Soarin' Around the World, or maybe you'll do all of the above. Once you've got those must-ride attractions under your belt, feel free to begin your drinking and tasting around the world adventure through all the different festival booths. So don't forget to pick up a guide to help you keep track of all your must-do locations. Rough cost here, $60 to $70. Now take your time here. After all, this is a leisurely adult trip we're talking about, so make sure to check out some of the different exhibits along the showcase as well, or stop and take in some special scenic locations. Here are a few of my favorite relaxing spots around Epcot. I love that top level of the Canada Pavilion where you can admire the sparkling waterfall from the comfort of a nearby bench. It's super zen-like and it's hardly ever crowded. You can also relax in the Japan Pavilion. Yep, the Mitsukoshi store can get a bit packed, but the seating around the koi pond, tucked behind the 5-story pagoda, is a quiet place to eat your festival food in peace. The Italy Pavilion has a nice quiet area right outside called the Italy Isola. Sometimes this area can be blocked off and reserved for weddings or other large parties, but during the day, mostly it's a nice place to rest a bit and take in the views of World Showcase Lagoon. As much as you'd probably like to linger here a bit longer, you do have a Park Hopper pass today. When 2 p.m. rolls around, you can take the Disney Skyliner to Disney's Hollywood Studios, try out a few of the smaller rides that have shorter queue lines like Star Tours or Toy Story Midway Mania. Be careful with Midway, the competitive nature brings out the worst in people. Or maybe that's just us. You may have been munching around the world all day beforehand, but don't forget to grab a bite to eat while you're in studios too. Perhaps one of the lounges might work best for you too. Over at the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge, you can grab a couple of those famous Cobb salads and, what the hey, throw some lobster on those leafy greens while you're at it. You can also get a couple of cocktails here, such as the 50th anniversary specialty cocktail, Shimmer Over the Moon. Gotta love that signature glow cube. Remember, Disney World lounges are available on a first-come, first-served basis, so don't be surprised if there may not be seating available during those busier seasons, or you may end up having to put your name on a walk-up wait list. In this perfect scenario, however, y'all can just walk right on in and be seated ASAP. Cost is $90. As much fun as Hollywood Studios is, you gotta head back to Epcot one last time to grab your spot to watch the brand new Harmonious show that takes place on the World Showcase Lagoon. Listening to your favorite Disney songs be performed in different languages across the globe is enough to give you goosebumps from your fingers to your toes. Not done with the party? Exit the park from the International Gateway, aka where you exit to get in the Skyliner, and party it up on the boardwalk. You can either grab some dinner or head to Jelly Rolls, which is the dueling piano bar. Either way, your cost here is around $40 to $50 maybe. All right, day 2. Let's start day 2 with a lighter breakfast. Make sure to bring some granola bars or those Pop-Tarts from home for a quick snack. You'll begin your day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Take advantage of your early theme park entry that you'll have for staying at a Disney World resort and enter the park 30 minutes before official opening time. That is, if you're up for it. You did stay out pretty late the night before, so it's understandable if you'd rather sleep in a little bit. However, if you do get there earlier, you can jump in line for Flight of Passage before the rest of the Disney crowds arrive for the day. You can also hit up other rides like Dinosaur and Kali River Rapids. Now, I'd say Expedition Everest Legend of the Forbidden Mountain as well, but if this hypothetical trip really is taking place in February of next year, then Expedition Everest will be closed for a 3-month refurbishment. So yeah, hate to burst your bubble. It's always good to check on these things ahead of time to make sure you're not missing out on your favorite attractions when you book a trip. Also on DFB, if you sign up for our newsletter, we always let you know what rides are going to be closed coming up. For lunch, you're going to have a reservation for the Yak and Yeti table service restaurant. Here you can get a couple of shareables like the ahi tuna nachos, Korean fried chicken, or lettuce cups. Also order some waters. Gotta keep hydrated. Cost is $40. After lunch, take a leisurely stroll around the different Animal Kingdom trails like the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trails and the Discovery Island Trails to see the animals living in the park. You might also learn a thing or two about these creatures during your walk thanks to those cast members who are placed around the trails ready to answer questions you might have about the animals. After 2 p.m., you can take a bus to Magic Kingdom. Try to find all the 50th anniversary character statues while you're here. On Main Street, USA, you'll find Lady and the Tramp. Around the park central hub, you'll see Chip and Dale, Donald and Daisy, Mickey and Minnie, and Goofy and Pluto. Dumbo and Timothy Mouse are hanging out just outside the hub, close to Tomorrowland. While Pooh and Piglet are closer to the Crystal Palace restaurant, Tinkerbell is hidden in the trees, but you can spot her outside the hub and on your way into the Liberty Square area. On Cinderella Castle, Jack and Gus are on one of the turrets to the right, and in Tomorrowland, on the very picturesque purple wall, you'll find Stitch being his normal destructive self. These are only a handful of all the different golden statues around the park. For a full list, check out our DFB post that lists the locations of not just the Magic Kingdom statues, but all of those golden 50th anniversary statues around Disney World property. Now, amid your scavenger hunt, grab a snack over at Adventureland Spring Roll Cart. That is, if it's open. If it's not open, there are plenty of other locations for a quick bite to eat, like Sleepy Hollow Refreshments, Cheshire Cafe, or Lunching Pad. Cost is going to be $20. So why are we keeping dinner light tonight? Because you got a dessert party to go to. Make your way over to Tomorrowland Terrace 90 minutes before the nighttime show begins to check in for the Disney Enchantment pre-party. There are 2 other parties you can choose from too. The Treats and Seats, where you can actually sit down to watch the show, and the Disney Enchantment after party. But hey, you want your desserts first. You'll be served a variety of desserts, snacks, and refreshments like chocolate dipped strawberries, an array of cheeses, and alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages. When it's getting close to showtime, you'll be escorted over to the Plaza Garden for prime viewing of Disney Enchantment with less of a crowd. Cost is going to be $200. On day 3, you're going to spend the day enjoying your hotel and hitting up Disney Springs. Once again, I'm taking shortcuts here to save you money. Munch on a cereal bar or something quick in the room so you can have something in your system. And now it's time to enjoy the French Quarter's Mardi Gras themed pool, Doubloon Lagoon. This pool's got a 51-foot sea serpent slide, a separate whirlpool spa, and fun animal characters to help set the scene, like alligator jazz aficionados and a giant King Neptune keeping watch over all the shenanigans. After lounging out in the sun for a bit by the pool, grab lunch at the food court, Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory, for a wide selection of quick service Cajun cuisines and American classics. I love the jambalaya here, and don't forget the pecan praline. Cost is $35. Time to head out. Take the complimentary Sassagoula River Cruise ferry boat service over to Disney Springs. You can browse the shops of Disney Springs, searching for that perfect souvenir, or, you can settle in having a couple of cake pops over the candy cauldron for now. Cost about $10. Now, I know it's tempting to linger in the shops a little bit longer, but you've got 5:30 p.m. reservations for Drawn to Life, presented by Cirque du Soleil and Disney, to get to. Next up, how about you treat yourself to a figurine or an art print at the Art of Disney shop? Costs probably around $80. Now, time to wind down and take the ferry back to your hotel. Enjoy dinner at Scat Cat Lounge for some live music, small bites, and beignets. They've even got boozy beignets here. You'll receive 2 beignets with your choice of piped liqueur, Bailey's Irish Cream, Kahlua, or Rum Chata. Cost is $80 on this one. Total here for your whole trip, $3,045. All right, trip number 4, 2 adults. Last but not least, I am presenting you with the big one, the all-out one day at Disney extravaganza. You got $3,000 to spend on one epic Disney day, so how are we going to do it? Let's get a standard room over at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort for this splurge trip, because this deluxe resort is gorgeous and tropical. Plus, you get to stay in one of the new re-themed Moana rooms. Cost is going to be $635 for a night here. Because you've only got one day to spend in the parks, let's put off park hopping and stick with a day in Magic Kingdom, just so you can use the monorail system at the Polynesian. Or you can walk to Magic Kingdom if you'd like. It's that close by. Cost is $220 for that day in Magic Kingdom. Now, there are a few things you need to purchase ahead of time to secure that best day in the parks ever status. First, you're going to grab Memory Maker. During the day, you can visit as many PhotoPass spots as possible and get your money's worth. A few PhotoPass locations include posing in front of Cinderella Castle, saying cheese with the characters at Princess Fairy Tale Hall, and getting those glamorous on-ride photos at select attractions. Cost is $169 for this one. But let's take these photo ops one step further with Capture Your Moment photo session. You'll receive a private 20-minute photo shoot with a professional photographer in front of Cinderella Castle to commemorate your big day. Oh, what the hey, let's book 2 sessions back to back for 40 minutes of one-on-one photography time. Just remember, you still have to buy these photos by either purchasing the Memory Maker or ordering them individually. They're not included with the price of your Capture Your Moment photo session, if you can believe that. Cost for the photo sessions, $100. We're also going to try to get on all the rides today, or at least as many as possible, so purchase both Disney Genie Plus and both individual attraction selection options at Magic Kingdom. This includes Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Space Mountain. Cost is $65. Of course, you're going to need to make some other reservations too, but let me just show you what reservations you'll be making by getting on the best day ever. Can't start the day hungry, so why not make your first meal an experience? Start off strong by booking breakfast at Cinderella's Royal Table. Will it be the tastiest meal of your life? But it'll be one of the coolest because you're literally dining in the middle of Cinderella Castle. Now, while you're at it, add on the Royal Breakfast Flight to your prefix meal. This flight includes a mimosa with Paul Chanot Lady of Spain cava and orange juice, a Canella Bellini sparkling peach cocktail, and an O-Pee-Chee family selection sangria. Cost is $100. Full? Great. Now it's time to really get the ball rolling here. Ride the rides, take the pictures, watch the shows, live in the moment. In the middle of your day, you might feel a bit peckish, so don't forget to have a small snack or meal. Like I mentioned earlier, Magic Kingdom has a handful of snacking options, but if you want a consistent snack throughout the day, invest in a specialty premium popcorn bucket. Not only will you have a super cute souvenir reminiscent of your time in the park, but you can also get those $2 popcorn refills to share throughout the day. Cost of the bucket, $25. Cost of 3 refills, $6. Now, while you're in the merchandise shopping mood, how about you purchase a few of your dream souvenirs while walking along Main Street, USA? Forget mini ears, how about a tiara? You can rock a gold-plated tiara covered in sparkling crystals from the Crystal Arts shop. Just don't wear it on any of the rides. You don't want it flying off your head. Cost is $120 for this one. But that crown was just for you. What about your partner in crime here? Shouldn't you two get matching souvenirs? What if you splurged on, a Disney-themed citizen watch from Uptown Jewelers? Those new 50th anniversary ones are calling your name. Cost $550. Once you've had your personal photo session in front of Cinderella Castle, met the princesses in Princess Fairy Tale Hall, and laughed yourself silly over the weird expressions you're making on those on-photo pics from Splash Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Haunted Mansion, as well as several others that more than likely also took you off guard, it'll be time to walk over or take a monorail over to Disney's Grand Floridian Resort for your dinner reservation. Tonight, you'll be eating at Citrico's, a signature dining experience themed around Mary Poppins Returns. Disney calls this restaurant a Florida cuisine with Mediterranean flavors restaurant, but this one's also well known for its extensive award-winning wine list. If you're wearing pretty casual theme park attire, then swing by your room at the Polynesian Village Resort to change into something a bit dressier to meet Citrico's dress code requirements. Nothing major, just no flip-flops and no tank tops allowed. Cost $175. Now, since you had an early dinner, why not rent a motorized boat from Grand Floridian's marina to sail around the lagoon? These boats are first come, first serve and are priced by the half hour. Time your rental just right and you'll be able to watch the sun start to set from the comfort of Disney World's sparkling waters. Cost is $90 for 1 hour. Now, you know you've already hit 2 of the 3 resorts on the Magic Kingdom monorail route, so why not go ahead and be a completionist? Bring yourself back to dry land and jump back onto the monorail for your final reservation of the day over at Disney's Contemporary Resort. To wrap up your epic splurge day, you're going to attend California Grill's intimate event, Celebration at the Top, 50th Flavors and Fireworks. You'll sip on cocktails and snack on small, savory, and sweet bites before being escorted out onto the signature restaurant's private balcony. There, you'll be able to watch Disney Enchantment from the 15-story view. Cost is $258 for this. And the total for your amazing splurge day in Disney World, $2,513. So you still have a few dollars left over for maybe a couple more splurge items. There we go, 4 unique itineraries for 4 unique travel groups that share one common goal: to have the best day at Disney World with a $3,000 budget. Again, these aren't itineraries that I'm forcing on anyone. Everyone's Disney World trip and goals will be different, but perhaps this will give you a better idea about what you can afford for your $3,000 and how to start budgeting for that upcoming 2022 vacation. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.